Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23, and I thought we would start off the Silverstone test by going into our menus and just having a look at a few things, very similar to what we did at the Jerez test if I'm not mistaken. So as you know, you've been following the season so far, we have been struggling a lot for our bike development. We are dead last for the GASGAS Factory Racing Tech 3 team, and we are not last by a little bit, we are last by a mile. So we need some major improvements here. I've been working so hard throughout the season trying to develop a better relationship with Miller and Binder. Not really going so well, but let's see what we can do. We're now the team leader, so we'll be choosing our choices for the idea of the development of the KTM or the GASGAS, the RC16 of course, so I'm hoping we can improve. But there's the screen that I see every single time I jump on. There's things you don't really see, but this is the important part. What package can we look at this time? Now, every time we go in here, we do have a sort of development area where we can focus on. My only interest right now is to get more engine power. I think that is what slows us down so much. So I just need engine power. I don't think I'm really going to think about this. Oh, those are options on screen. You make the decision, but for me, it's engine power. So let's do it. So welcome to the Silverstone test. Of course, usual DrAce strategy and usual strategy for any motorcycle rider in real life. The idea is that you jump on your original bike, you do a few laps, and then you can compare quite clearly with package A to package B. Now, on the screen you will see package A's statistics on the right hand side, as Johan Zarco clearly doesn't want to be behind me within the Silverstone test. He goes very wide going into the loop. But yeah, if you gaze your eyes to the right hand side, you'll see what the current specs are for the RC16 under the GASGAS colours. Now, we had a small improvement. Actually, no, we didn't. We didn't have a single improvement in Jerez. There was a small improvement in other areas, but nothing to tickle my fancy. So we're still effectively running the same package that we did in the Portimao test. So no improvements as of yet, but I'm keen to think, since we started to really perform now for the GASGAS, we've taken the victory in Assen in dominating fashion, let's say, and I'm hoping that's really boosted our potential with the team and understanding with the with Pit Byra's whole KTM operation, that we deserve a chance to have this bike upgraded, not just the factory KTM boys. So keen to see what we can do. Silverstone's a circuit I do like, but I'm not particularly strong at, so this might not be my best testing in terms of lap times against the competition, which is of course the 120% difficulty AI, but I'm going to give it my best shot to hopefully set some lap times I'm happy with. That's the big point about doing these sort of tests and time trials. So into Stowe then for the first time of asking. I don't think I'm going to do many laps here because I really want to jump onto package B, and I'm actually quite not excited, but I'm keen to show you what package B offers, because I think this time it could be an interesting choice. So let's see what happens in a moment. But into the right hand side we go, into the club corner, messing that one up completely. So let's get the first lap done and dusted. I can assure you a 2 minute flat or 2 minute 7 is not going to be featuring the top 10 of this testing, so I'm going to have to hurry up and try and improve a little bit more. But as long as we get comfortable and we have the feeling with the RC16, I think we should be quite alright. So now onto the brakes going into the loop, up by 0.5 of a second. Of course, we did have that sort of tete-a-tete with Zarco a moment ago on the previous lap, but as you can see, he is just a blip in the distance now. He is completely blown by me, has the Frenchman, in another area code right now. So into Brooklands. Of course, Silverstone 2022, I think was the time he changed over. So we now have the old, or the new start-finish straight rather than this one, which is of course the better version of the start-finish straight. I think this one being the first corner was just always the best idea. Alex Rins going around the outside there, Marquez in 2019, then beating again on the next couple of laps was just absolutely amazing, and really sets up a grand finale for every single time in this track. But look at that, Joan Mir at the top of the timing, 2 seconds faster than us, 1 minute 58.40. Never mind, that's Miguel Oliveira now, because it has been a small change. Quattararo, oh wow, 158.335. Yeah, not looking too promising for us then, is it? Oh, Bagnaia 157.7. Yeah, we really got to hurry up now. And let's see, I don't know if I think he'll get anywhere near those lap times, but I'll certainly give it my best shot. Recently I have been playing some live GP again, and I also did some online racing as well, and I've got to say, it is quite evident how slower this motorcycle is. There is a live GP race coming out very soon in Jerez. Take a look at those lap times when you see it, and compare it to my career mode lap times, and you'll see how slow this bike really is. But across the line, 2 minute 101. I think that'll do for now for package A. Let's jump on to package B. So then, here it is. Spec B. Package B. What is the option for the second letter of the alphabet? Let's take a look what Spec B can offer us. Oh, look at that. It's not a significant improvement, but they did listen. And I think that's it. That's the decision right there. I could effectively end the testing right now, because all I need is just that little bit more power, and there it is. It's not going to be a hard decision, this one, ladies and gentlemen. I think that one's done. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And no, I'm kidding. Would never do that to you guys. We're going to have actually, if you look at the video length, there's going to be a lot of testing in this one. I am pretty serious that I'm going to be chucking in some lap times, because here at my home circuit, the Aces, I haven't seen a DrAce MotoGP 23 career mode in a few days now, because of the Ride 5 videos I've been producing. So as far as I'm concerned, you guys are owed a nice chunky testing session here in Silverstone, so I'm going to give it exactly that. I want to try and finish as high as possible on that leaderboard on the left hand side of the screen. But as you can see, Paul Espargaro also not having a very easy time. I think he's also going to be testing package B. But as we get onto the right hand side, we'll get underneath the Monster Energy sign, hit the brakes, nice and smooth, backing it into the Copse corner. Not quite as smooth as I would have wanted. We had a little bit of a kick out on the rear, and then back onto the left hand side into Maggot, back into the right for the right hand of 11. Still struggling to get the bike stopped, it seems. With that additional power, it could mean that we do struggle in a few other areas, but honestly I don't think we will really notice that much of a difference. I'm excited for the additional power for certain circuits like here in Silverstone, which is coming up in a few days' time. And then we'll move across to the Austrian side to Red Bull Ring. So those are circuits where the additional power will help quite a lot. And the biggest point of it being an assistance is for two reasons, really. For qualifying, when we can utilise power setting 3, and then in the race when we have to drop down to power setting 2, it won't be as significant as it would be when we reduce the power. So I do think that's something to take notice of. Oh goodness me, over the club corner again. There is an improvement. That puts us into the 1:59 bracket. So we're in the 1 minute mark as we go extremely deep there for Abbey. Bike does feel a little bit more powerful, so I need to adjust the brakes a little bit. I need to be braking a bit earlier than I have been doing. Now into the right hand side for the village corner. We lost 0.3 of a second for messing up Abbey corner. And then into the loop. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I do really like this circuit of Silverstone. I think it's terrific. There's lots of different styles of corners, great braking opportunities, good overtaking spots as well. But it's just a circuit I'm just not particularly good at. I don't think it suits my style. The braking on an angle, and it's not really for me. I kind of like hard braking, and then the tighter, fast and flowing corners. A lot of corners here where you do slow down quite a lot, then get back onto the power, and I don't think those sectors are my best. I do really love braking into the loop though. That's one of my favourite parts of the circuit. From farm to village to into the loop, it's just all great couple of corners here in the British circuit. My home track, of course, zero bias. But as we get onto the power, now dive to the left hand side. Not bad, getting caught on the rumble strip. Now I have been doing some learning recently here on, oh god, I should have invalidated the lap, but on MotoGP 23. And I've noticed that because the rumble strips slow you down significantly, it's actually worthwhile to sometimes get onto the brakes and just touch the rumble strip. I found that in Red Bull Ring a few days ago when I was practicing, that if you go a little bit wide, touch some of the apexes and then maybe some of the outside of the circuit, it will slow you down. So for example, if I get on here, that's going to slow me down too much. But if we brake and then touch the rumble strip there, it would slow us down a little bit quicker. So these are just a few things I've noticed from watching some of the esport riders that they've picked up on, and then just of course trying it and testing it myself. So bear that in mind if you're looking for additional braking speed. So once again onto the brakes, Pulling as tight as we can to the apex of Abbey. Brilliantly done this time. That's going to be significantly better in terms of lap time as we go into the first split. Late on the brakes, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Tight enough. And back onto the power again. So far so good. I'm going to change the tyres a few times in this one as well. We're going to really test out what we can find. Did do a little bit of practice a few days ago with the different traction controls, but as far as I'm concerned for now, I'm happy to leave it as it is. I did see some comments about people saying that 3 is not too good. You're better off reducing the traction control than actually getting a bit more speed, so it's something to bear in mind. I have considered dropping down the anti-wheelie. That's now down to 3, and the more I play this game, the better feeling I have within the fingers and thumbs. Now onto the power, back onto the right hand side for the woodcut corner. Now I have been implementing Ride 5 into recent videos. I've been doing the Aces Cup, of course, with the BMW HP2. I always find it very difficult to bounce between the two. Not difficult as in the sense of that this game's alien to me, I don't know what I'm doing, but just a case of I haven't got the confidence. So where I'm riding, where I think I'm on the limit, I'm actually not. And I think there could be a little bit of that in this video here today. So it's another reason I want to give it a nice long amount of time, because I'm prepared to stay here for the long run. I'm prepared to really chuck in a lot of lap times here to see if we can really improve. And my first target in goal is, of course, to get ahead of Paul Espargaro there in 21st. We're not far away, just 0.2 of a second. That can be earned just in the final corners. And then, of course, ahead of him and Alex Marquez is Brad Binder. I don't expect him to stay there for the whole session, but you better believe I want to beat the factory KTM boys as we got too tight to the apex, and that has unfortunately invalidated our lap. But nonetheless, we're going to charge down. Oh, in fact, this invalidates the next lap as well, doesn't it? Oh well, that is a bit frustrating, but we'll finish the lap anyway, because it doesn't matter really at the point of being on the standings. It's just more an interesting point to see what we can get with no inhibitions, because this lap time is done. That's very deep into village. Not lost too much time though. That's actually not a bad apex in there, I guess. It's not ideal. Could be worthwhile for the racer, because then you would defensively have the apex into the loop, but also be very difficult to enter the apex there. So a couple of questions there with no answers, but all the surmising points at this time of the video. And then into the left, a little bit deep for Brooklands there. Back onto the right hand side. This corner I can never seem to get right. Luffield I feel good in previous games, but because of the animation now, when you accelerate, the bike lifts up. It's difficult to time that on the acceleration. But now to the right hand side, very tight to the apex of Woodcut, and then back onto the power. Brake there before the Monster Energy sign. Having that GASGAS scream under protest at the high revs in second gear then, as we downshifted a little bit prematurely. It's something I have a problem with really in MotoGP 23. Just downshifting a little bit too early. Just try and hold on a bit more, but no, just downshift a little bit too much sometimes. It is certainly a problem. I do it in the BMW HP2 Cup as well. Just downshift at the wrong moment. It's just habit, I think. Certainly kick it eventually, but we'll get there. It's only been, what, the last 2 years I've been really doing manual gears. But MotoGP 22 for the latter stage. Superbike 22, I think I did manual on all of that game pretty much. That was the turning point for me, as a matter of fact. Come to think of it, I do really want to get back on Superbike 22. Let me know in the comments section down below. Maybe I'll do a poll, as a matter of fact. See if you guys want to see Superbike 22 make a return. But now onto the brakes, onto the power on the right hand corner. We're going to cross the line for an improvement yet again. So change the tyres up a little bit now. This is the hard front and the hard rear. Oh, is that the latest Espargaro goes inside me? Weird. Can't say I was expecting that. And we've got another rider behind us as well, so I'm going to move out of the way. It is for Raul Fernandez, so it's another of the Aprilias. He's running his standard RSGP as it stands for now. And that might have been a mistake sitting behind him. Oh, I thought I was going to invalidate the lap then. My mistake. So back into Power Sling 3, just use Power Sling 2 a moment just to save a little bit of power for the rest of these laps. But goal here is just to see what hard feels like, see if the hard front is good enough for me. And then the hard rear, I don't really particularly care for the harder compound rear tyres. I'm more keen on the soft or the mediums, but into the apex of Village, this is all a learning exercise. Into the left hand side for the loop, we get back onto the power. Just notice that Paul Espargaro has improved his lap time, so we've now got an additional 10th to try and catch up. And Brad Binder is no longer featuring in that 18th spot, so yeah, I'm going to have to try and find him up on the leaderboards as we progress through the ranks. Onto the brakes on the left-hand side. Much better feeling on the hard braking, trail braking spots. Can we go a little bit better here into Luffield? I think we can. Steady on the power. Oh, just upshifted there at the last point, very last point. Not quite ideal. Coming on the right-hand side. I tell you what, the hard front does feel significantly better within the corners, but we're already losing a second to Bastianini in that one sector alone. That really hurts. To lose that much time in those first two sectors, it just shows you the lack of power that we've got really with this GASGAS. It's just ridiculous. Oh, we have improved though. We were actually faster in that one because we gained a 10th on Bastianini. So clearly sector 3 is not an issue, and we're going to be improving tenfold here with the hard front. That is a night and day difference coming in right now for the rookie. Onto the brakes we go. It's a little bit deep. That's okay though. We'll try and pull it back in nice and tight. But we will be getting an improvement of at least half a second guaranteed. Surely I'm not going to mess it up now into the final couple of corners. Into the apex of Vale. Back onto the right hand side for curve 17. Back on the power, but not too aggressively. We could improve by a significant amount here, ladies and gentlemen. Gentle on the power, across the line. It is in a second improvement. That puts us up into 18th. 1.1 seconds behind. I'm happy with that. That's good stuff. That is really good stuff. And we're up again in the first split. Oh, wow. I know this might not seem a lot, but if I can get within a second of Bastianini, I'll be very happy. I can conclude this video as a happy man. So let's see if we can do it with Package B. But let me tell you guys, spoiler alert, I have already decided Package B is the absolute choice, isn't it? We're only down by a 10th in the first split. We've got a chance. We could actually do something really special here at the Silverstone weekend coming up very, very soon. Oh, that's really deep there for the brakes and went into Brooklands, yeah. My fault. I wasn't going to get that stopped. Okay then, so that was a bit of a mishap from me, but let's just get back on it and let's give it another try. Now, I've not changed the other hard front and rear yet because I'd like to give that another run maybe towards the end of the video. So, for the time being, look at that, Nakagami's up to 12th. That Honda's actually not looking too bad. Alex Rins down to 20th though. That's a surprise, but anyway, we have dropped down to 19th now, and I think the lap times are beginning to get a lot better. Weather conditions might be improving and the riders are having better feelings. But either or, there is some better lap times coming in, so they go wide into turn 1 it seems. Then into the left-hander for turn 3, well turn 2 apologies, then into turn 3. It is into the village corner. Not up as we were on that previous lap before I crashed. Yeah, we're losing a bit of time, but we're still on it. We might actually still get an improvement. We will gain some sort of improvement. It's not as good as it was a moment ago. We were up by 3/10 in this first split. Ultimately we crashed, but it was a good effort whilst it lasted into Brooklands. Very tight to the apex here, downshifting to first, see if that gives us a bit of an extra boost. Hard to say really, I can't say it did anything. I'm trying it again, but maybe? It's really hard to say. It's difficult to understand what helps and what doesn't help in this game sometimes, especially when the bike has just got significantly less power. Back onto the power and onto the brakes into the right-hander for Cops. Oh, that's deep. I wanted to go a little bit deep, but that just seemed like we lost momentum. I don't know, actually. We're still up by almost 3/10. Can be neck and neck as we go on the brakes into Maggots. Quick change of direction into 11. Get onto the power, back across into the left-hand side. Only down by 7/10. Well, I'll tell you what, this could be the lap that puts us within a second of Enea Bastianini. Very tight to the apex there. I thought I might end up cutting the corner a little bit prematurely. But onto the power. Back onto the brakes at that line right there on the left-hand side of your screen. Not the last line, but the second line. That's usually enough to get you stopped. And here it comes, Nakagami and who else is the other one? Jorge Martin. They've dived into the pits, so that's not a problem for us. Into the left-hand side, steady. Did that work out? I think I lost a bit too much time there. Oh, don't tell me I lost time. Oh, I did. It's not going to be enough, is it? Across the line? Oh, almost within a second. Still really trying though. Oh no! Lost the... Downshifted a little bit too early there. God, you can tell I'm pushing now. Trying to really get in there. And this is only for 19th, may I remind you. How much effort does it require to finish in the top 10? Good lord. I'm only trying to do it so I can get at least within a second. I only need probably 17th. Up again by 3/10 of a second, or at least improving. We're still down by 3/10 of a second. Onto the brakes into Brooklands. Gently does it into the left-hand side. Not bad, not bad. The delta is still very close, isn't it? I'm going to try and feather the throttle a bit here. Actually touched the apex, which was not planned, but let's try and feather it a little bit to the right-hand side here. Still a 10th, but we're still close. Yeah, we're losing 1.1. We need to have a really strong third split here, or losing the front almost onto the rumble strip. I think that's going to call it there, isn't it? I don't think we're going to improve. We might do. Who knows? Still 2.5 of a second into the left-hand side. That's too tight. Oh no, we're going to... Oh, damn it. Second crash today. Alright then guys, before we start to think about finishing up this session, I would like to try the hard front medium rear combination. I appreciate that this is just testing again, but every single time we've been out on this track, the feeling, the sensation, the momentum's coming. It'd be remiss of me to not give it a few more laps yet, so let's give it another bash and let's see what we can do. So, into Abbey. Not really an improvement, but with the deltas there, that's okay. That's as long as that happens. And that delta stays green, we should be good. Not bad, not bad. It's 2/10. Could this be another stellar improvement? Oh, I just realised that Pecco's now at the top, so the gap to improve by is at least 3/10, which makes things significantly harder. Thanks a lot, Pecco. Because we were only I think we were less than a 10th away from getting into the margin within a second. But oh no. Definitely shouldn't have tried to save it by... Oh, God. I knew I wasn't going to let the bike stop there, so I thought I'd downshift it first to try and give us some more power, and I just lost the rear. Just stepped out. It kicked out like Undertaker at WrestleMania. Just a little kick out right there at the last second. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't want it. Just work with me, GASGAS. Work with me. Come on, Tech 3. We can do this. We can have a good session here in Silverstone. I'm quite confident for the race, though, because... if we can pull off a really strong lap time, I noticed the testing last time was that they were stronger than they were in the actual sessions in qualifying and racing. So I'm not worried, but I am a little bit concerned. Because even with this upgrade, we're actually still 1.2 seconds behind. But in the right situation with a race and a bit of slipstream and good defending, you could still fight for points positions in the feature races. Sprint races usually just go absolutely gung-ho, and it's not too bad. But I'm hoping that our starts will improve since we'll have a bit more power. I don't feel like we've got too much power now so the rear tyre spins up or anything like that. It just feels like we have a bit more straight line speed, which is what I was looking for. And onto the power across the line, that is another improvement. That's a 158.306. We have improved to 18th on the grid, or on the testing. Nowhere near the top 3, but it's still a good effort. 1.1 down on Pecco Bagnaia. Into the right for Village. We are still improving, and I think as time goes on, we will be competitive here in Silverstone. I just think we just need to keep on trying. As I say, this is not a circuit of mine that I'm good at. There's a few on the calendar that are coming up that I'm quite confident at. The Red Bull Ring of Austria, Misano, and you know what? Even that Indian GP, I think it went really well in Moto 2. I don't know what the AI is like in MotoGP, but I have a feeling they might not be that great. That could come back to haunt me, but wow! How are we up by half a second? What did I do there? What did I do differently there? But we're up by half a second. This, ladies and gentlemen, could be the lap time we're looking for. Bring on the power within 7/10. This could be the one. Keep us within a second of Bagnaia. I would be chuffed. No, that's a bit deep. How much? Oh, we lost a 10th. Oh, we lost 2 tenths. Oh, these bloody curbs. Oh, and I touched the... Ah! Oh, Matt, you idiot. You absolute fool. We were there. Half a second down we were. Oh, god damn it. I cannot wait to see us have a strong competitive bike. We could fight up there with the 57s and we could just fight with that competition. I'm annoyed. How could I? Just a little bit, just pushing too much. That's all it is. The hard front, medium rear is a good combination. I'll bear that in mind for the race. But for now, we might get into the 157s, and at that point I would still be very, very happy. Yes, it will be invalidated, but it's a good effort, and that's all I can really ask for. So on the power, let's get across the line. It is. It's 157.973, which would be 8 tenths behind Pecco Bagnaia. So one more time then, guys and gals, but I do fear that this is now becoming impossible. Pecco Bagnaia has just put in a 156.7. My goal now is just to feature into the 157s before we conclude today's testing video. This has not gone to plan. I was really hoping we could finish within a second. We were temporarily within a second, but the lap time was invalidated, so I still didn't really get that sense of accomplishment and dopamine that I was looking for. So for now, let's just see what we can produce. Into the right hander for Village. We're up a little bit on the delta, but bear in mind that lap time before us, the 157.9, did not count, meaning that the comparison... Wow, okay, only a tenth behind Pecco Bagnaia, that's good. But the comparison is that we will be on the comparison of a 58.3, so the delta may look really good, but that's not in comparison to the 157.9, it's the comparison for the lap before. Now the soft front, I didn't think this would do much, but I tell you what, it is heating up, but it feels really good in the corners, and I was not expecting this. Already into the right-hander here, feeling, oh wow, we did a little bit of a bunny hop there. Shout out to when I used to do Trials Fusion videos, that's what I used to say. A little bit of a bunny hop. If anyone watched from back then more power to you. That was a long time ago. On the power again then into Maggots, onto the brakes, into the right-hander for turn 11. We will improve. It won't be enough as it stands to put us back into the 57s. Maybe when we go to the left-hand side here, 2.5, almost 3 tenths. We might have a chance here, we might. I don't know if it will be enough, but the strong point to take away from this video is that we've got a better bike. That's the point of this video today, is we have a better KTM RC16 right underneath us, which will possibly result in some better races for us in the future. Now, we've had a very weird past couple of races. We've of course taken the victory in Assen after having the most horrendous race in the Sax Ring, quite a way to show resiliency, but we are back into the 157s, puts us 1.2 behind, so that for me, a 15th spot, I've got to say, that's good, that is really good, I'm happy with that. I don't think we'll do much better than 5th, but you better believe I'll try and get Zarco for 14th, but I've got to say, I'm happy with that, really happy. Have they delivered a masterclass? Has Pit Buyer and KTM decided to give their satellite team a chance? Have they decided to give us a decent package so we can compete for some solid results in the future? I significantly hope so, I really do. But if this is going to be the last lap, I'm going to make sure it's a damn decent one. We might be 1.2 seconds behind Bagnaia, but what do you expect? The man is a 2 times MotoGP world champion, and he's probably going to be a 3 times in our MotoGP career. He's so strong. I don't even know what the championship difference is from him to me. I think it's around 200 points. But rest assured, he's got it in the bag. So onto the right-hander though. I'm getting a little bit excited because we could actually feature back in within a second. This lap time is actually not even good enough. Well, it is technically if we stay on. It would be better than Zarco's in 14th. So that does mean we can get within a second. This is the one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last lap of today's video. It's got to be good. Make sure it counts. Bring on the power. And hopefully we can do it for the French team. For the Tech 3 KTM boys. Tech 3 GASGAS, of course. Oh, that's deep. Is it going to lose too much time? Not really. Definitely have to bear in mind the soft front though. May have to try this for some qualifying in the future. But into the left-hand side for Vale. Oh, struggling to get it stopped. All that additional power. Oh no, it's not, it's gone, it's disappeared, no! Oh, we won't be getting into the 1 second barrier, but ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good effort. We're only 1.1 behind, I'll take that. What an effort. Thank goodness we have upgrades, thank goodness. Finally, some additional packages. So there you are then, guys, those are the testing lap times. As you can see, Spec A didn't feature since lap 2, as a matter of fact, but that's only because we had some invalidated laps with the second package. Now, I'm pretty certain we don't need to ask this question, but What package do you think I'm going to go for? Do you think I'll go for package A, or do you think I'll go for the upgraded, better version of bike, which is package B? Let me know in the comment section down below, because surely I cannot decide. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next video coming very soon, and of course I'll see you for plenty more MotoGP 23 content and career mode coming very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.